So now, without further ado, we'll get into our first topic. So the first reactions for Fantastic Four First Steps have hit. We know that the world tour for the film, the kickoff tour, started the release date of Superman. So there's just, it kind of got lost in the shuffle there, but some impressions hit, just like from Superman, from the early screenings and people talking about it. And essentially, from what I'm seeing, again, take it with a grain of salt, as always. First reactions are super positive, but it seems like we got a hit on our hands. Of course, the prerequisite was there. This is the best film since Endgame, so make of that what you will. Oh, man.
No one ever says the best film since the last one.
Yeah.
No, that's not possible.
No one ever says that, but it's always the best one since Endgame. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you make sure you get on a headline, you know?
Crazy. I mean, it's nice that it's getting good stuff about it.
Yeah. Yeah. From what I've seen, just kind of looking at it and the early impressions coming out, there's praise for the cast, no doubt. That was always going to be there. I think we all knew that was going to happen. There is praise for the visual effects, which, yeah, they look
Nice
good.
surprise. Nice change.
Yeah. The only thing that the only effect people are complaining about is Silver Surfer, which, yeah, that still looks shoddy, but
yeah, she's matte. It's more of a matte silver than like a chrome silver. It's,
yeah. So I don't know why that's a stylistic choice, obviously. So it is what it is. On the other side of that, I am seeing, like, obviously praise for the whole film itself. There's praise for Galactus, praise for Surfer, praise for the world, which I think is important, especially when we just saw what, DC did. I think it's important that they sell this world that the film takes place in as being retro futurism, which definitely shows. So, I mean, it's looking
not that it's
good.
going to last, but
yeah. I don't know. Going into this, do you still have any doubts about anything, or
no?
If they say that from their first impressions and stuff, to saying that it's anywhere between really, really good to mid, it's probably just going to be like a really good movie. In that, it, from what others are saying, is that it potentially has a roadmap to where they need to go from here, because the multiverse saga itself was kind of all over the place with everything, either changing or just flat out just canceling stuff and not really knowing what this saga is meant to be, because of things like Kang getting erased from the overall arcing story, and then going all over the place trying to reshuffle things to, I guess, save what they can for Secret Wars, and then from there, technically it'd be technically soft reboot, and they'd be able to do what they need to do with the X-Men on that part.
And I just checked for the sake of this discussion, Fantastic Four from 2005 has a 27 on Rotten Tomatoes, and Fan4Stick has a 9. So this can only be up.
You'd hope so.
Imagine this comes out, does worse than Fan4Stick. It would have
I guess a whole 4%.
It would just have to be the entire cast standing together on a green screen that's not properly chroma keyed and doing nothing for 2 hours to get that low of a score. It's like you'd have to try to be under a 9. So I think things are looking good. There is one thing that hit that I'm kind of like, well, that's an interesting choice. So per some report that came out from this early screening, apparently, because, they revealed that Sue Storm is part of like the United Nations type of council that oversees their Earth, which, apparently during the scene when they're calling for all nations to show up and discuss what to do about Galactus and Surfer, they show the Latverian chair, but he's not there. So implying Doctor Doom is from that universe, which is interesting. So,
or at least there's a Doom from that universe.
Yeah. I wonder if they could skew this like, hey, Robert Downey Jr. isn't this Doom, but wait, this Doom survives post Secret Wars, and he's a recast Romani. Don't you see? We were big brain energy Marvel. Like,
I think no matter what way they go, there's always going to end up with Robert Downey Jr. is not the main Doom.
Yeah, you can't.
can't.
There ain't no way they're keeping him. It's like, okay, Robert, we need you for a 14-second cameo. That'll be $50 million, please. No, that ain't happening.
I want a fifth of your budget.
Yeah, no.
But Robert, that's the catering. I don't care.
That's what the catering for the movie. That's true. I mean, look, I am super hyped for this film. Like, I think that Marvel knows there's a lot riding on it, and box office for this one is also tracking like Superman. It's up, down, pre-orders are up, then they're down. I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty. Like, people need to remember Marvel's 2 failures in a row at box office this year. So things aren't certain, you know.
What was the other one?
Well, we got Cap and Thunderbolts, so.
Oh, yeah, Cap.
So I was looking right before this started.
Thunderbolts and what?
So Captain America was $4.9 million away from making a profit. And Thunderbolts was 39.8 or something. And I'm like, okay, but so they recoup everything with the action figures easily. And, you know, like James Gunn said in regards to Superman, yeah, money is important, but there's other metrics. The other metric is action figures, guys. That's there's no metric as important as selling merchandise. I can promise you this as somebody who sees merchandise sales for toys and how they gauge success. Like, they know what they got.
Doesn't work with Transformers anymore, though, does it?
For some reason, the toys will sell. The movie ain't gonna move a unit, but I don't know. I
think it's primarily with current units and not past the revisions of older models. Primarily.
It's because the only people buying Transformers stuff are a quarter of the total toy buying market.
Yeah, it's like, when's the next Gen 1 re-release going to come out instead of, you know?
Well, you mentioned that. I think in the last year, they released 18 different Optimus Primes, and each one sells out. I'm like, because that's a cash cow, you know? So just slightly modify them and release them. Like, that's what these toys have. And like Fantastic Four, we're already seeing a good amount of action figures. They look good. Obviously, there's going to be hot toys and stuff. So I think the outlook for this film with good reactions and assuming the box office, let's say, does 100 million opening weekend, sure, you're going to get to 450, 500 million, I think, with Fantastic Four. It's good enough, you know, for what it is. I think Marvel is gauging their first films the same way they're gauging Phase 1. Because outside of Iron Man 1 and 2, all of Phase 1 was a failure outside of Avengers. And then Phase 2 had multiple failures till Age of Ultron. So it's like, you know, like, you got to gauge it. So
they're in that rebuilding phase of everything. Like, we need the trust back. Then you have the retention. Then you have revenue.
Right. And like, you know, you look at box office, Jurassic World Rebirth just came out last weekend. It's the second biggest opening in the Jurassic Park franchise. Literally nobody expected that. Nobody, not even me, who was like, well, I'm interested in this film, but I don't think it's going to make money. Somehow, life finds a way, you know?
No. We know how. It's kids don't care. They want the dinosaur toy.
That is, yeah.
They don't care. They don't understand what's going on, but they see, you know, dinosaurs on the screen. Whether
no one understands what's going on in those movies because nothing happens. How do we run from one dinosaur to another?
I was going to say, Mitch, that's the plot. Literally, that's 2 hours of the plot. How do we get?
Sometimes you make it a bug.
Sometimes, I'm glad to see that anybody who makes a list, the last Jurassic World film is the one that's at the bottom of every list. Everybody knows that film was bad. It's like, yeah, rightfully so. So look, Fantastic Four outlook, pretty decent. We'll circle back around to it when it's time because
when's it out? I forget.
Not this weekend, the next one. So the weekend of San Diego Comic-Con, which is coincidentally also like a dead con. So yeah, it's out on the 20th.
They're gonna drop a shite ton of news around that con and just kill it.
You would think, like you would really think, but I don't know.
It's going to be no different. Just it's not a Comic-Con anymore.
Yeah. It does have that feeling around it. And do you think that maybe the Comic-Con hype could boost Fantastic Four, especially if it's good word of mouth? Like
possibly.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting.
I think if they had a panel there, it might have boosted it, but without them being there, I'm not entirely sure. No.
Right.
You'd hope so, but
yeah. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will. And if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching and have a good one.